Out of the 4 synagogues, only 2 remain, one of which, Scolagrande, the oldest one in Europe, hosts the Jewish cult which has returned to the town after 463 years. This was 3 different churches were built over it during the passage of time. Great Biblist and Talmudist masters were born in Trani, and their commentaries are still subject of studies today in the yeshiva. In the Middle Ages, the Jewish presence was concentrated in the Giudecca quarter, which spreads from the Porta Antica up to the Scolanova and the Porta of St. Anna. It was first transformed into a Christian place of worship towards the end of 1400 when the Jews were expelled. They were expelled, they came back. They were expelled, they came back. But after 500 years, they made it into a synagogue once again. We're so lucky that we walked in while a big group was visiting. This is a Jewish group. They're visiting where there was once a great presence of Jews. Well, I shouldn't say great, small presence of Jews along the coast of Italy. The synagogue was built between 1246 and 1247, at the time of the greatest prosperity of the Jewish community in Trani. It had a population of 200 families. We're in one of the 2 remaining Jewish synagogues out of the 4 that once stood in the area. And this one has been turned into a museum. You have to get a ticket or call them, and then they open it up. The bath,
Chiesa 247.
It's the original foundations. I know there's a mikvah, a bath down there somewhere. There is a multimedia station here with information, but unfortunately it's not working today. There's an interruption in the power. All little remains from the Hebrew Bible. The parchment fragments are of the 16th century. The mezuzah is from the 12th to 13th century. And here's from the 14th and 15th century, people who lived here. We're going to go down into the crypt. Have to be really careful. Old Hebrew writing on it, it's very dark. Here we go. Well, I'll try and I'll see if I can lighten it up. It's very dark. It's the remains of a fresco. Okay. This is the only museum of Jewish history in southern Italy. I need Google Translate with me right this moment to tell me what I'm looking at. This is a reconstruction of how it once looked. Just like this. And what they did is they put a mock-up. This much I can make out. It's about one of the many expulsions under Carlo V. I think this section is from 1701. And I wish I could read Italian. The man who let us in doesn't speak English, unfortunately. Something made in, maybe in Venezia?
I got all kinds of pictures. Thank you.
It's interesting, if you look at the old walls, you can see where there were once doorways that they blocked up.